The Mother Road, the main street of America, Route 66, brought travelers straight through the Sooner State.
But for Black families, traveling across the country was not as easy. Tonight, Fox 25's Phil Cross, he introduces us to one of the few safe stops for those travelers, which is now in need of saving itself.
Fabled in song and story, Route 66 was the way to travel, connecting Chicago to L.A. In between these major metropolitan areas was America. But it's not exactly the carefree Main Street of America we might want to picture. You see, for all the service stations, hotels, and restaurants from St. Louis to Joplin, Missouri, not everyone could just walk in and sit down.
That was an absolute no-no.
Edward Threatt was a child then. His parents kept him from breaking the spoken and unspoken rules of the Jim Crow era.
They knew what we could and couldn't do because, you know, kids, they don't know.
It's against that backdrop that this one-story, gabled roof, sandstone building sitting just outside of Luther truly stands out.
I don't think you can adequately define how important that was because, again, not just for people in the community, but for people of color traveling Highway 66 at that point in time. I mean, it was just absolutely vital. Not only could they stop and get gas, food, they were also able to camp on the grounds back here.
The Threatt Filling Station was built from sandstone, hand quarried from the Threatt family homestead in 1915. It was the first Black-owned business along Route 66.
My memories growing up here is pumping gas and cleaning windshields and putting air in tires as the cars come.
Reverend Allen Threatt III says his grandfather, Allen Threatt Sr., was a visionary who carved out this Oklahoma oasis.
On Saturdays and Sundays, grandfather was involved with the Negro Baseball League. And they played baseball right across the street over there.
Allen Threatt Sr. and his son Euless were the main force behind the filling station, which would eventually expand to a barbecue restaurant next door. But the entire Threatt family were part of the business, right down to the cleanup that happened the morning after Saturday night dances.
With the little boys, I remember little boys, I'd get up early on that next morning and go down and pick up coins on the ground that where people would be just dancing with the jukebox and money would fall out of their pockets.
These days, the filling station has clearly seen better days, but the Threatt family is trying to raise money to return this Mother Road masterpiece to its former glory.
Our history, again, it's not just important to my family. You know, people need to know and recognize and bringing these things to the forefront.
Preserving history, not to condemn the present, but to honor the past.
As Black people in general, we need to hold on to some of the memories and the history that our ancestors left here.
We do in this country enjoy a tremendous amount of freedom. But as so many people have said in the past, freedom isn't free. There's always a price to be paid for it.
The goal? To share how not so long ago, something as simple as being able to buy a cold Coke or find a bathroom whose only sign told whether it was occupied or not was so revolutionary, and to make sure that we remember the past in order to keep us from ever revisiting it. Phil Cross, Fox 25 News.
The Threatt Filling Station is on the National Register of Historic Places, and they need your help as they raise money to renovate and eventually reopen the filling station as a Route 66 tourist stop.
There you go. We put the information on how you can donate on our website at okcfox.com.